Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Y'all, I ain't here trying to start no soap opera. I ain't here trying to start no drama. I'm not here to kick the anthill. I'm not here to try to push your buttons. I'm not here for any of those reasons. For what we're about to discuss. Y'all know I feel a certain way about Derek Carr and his time in New Orleans. Ain't no secret. This ain't about how I feel about anything. How about Diana Rossini? We like Diana Rossini here. She's been on the show. She's wonderful. Great reporter, great personality, lots of fun. One time she came on the show and she did her mom bit where she did her New York mother accent and had a conversation. It was a lot of fun. Look, Diana Rossini's great. 373,000 Twitter followers. Covered the NFL for ESPN. Currently covering the NFL for The Athletic. Host of the Scoop City podcast with Chase Daniel. We all agree Diana Rossini pretty credible, yes? Credible, Diana Rossini, you good?
Very credible,
good
yes.
Good with Diana Rossini, credible?
Absolutely.
Good, great, okay. Diana Rossini on the Scoop City podcast with Chase Daniel talks about the Derek Carr shoulder injury news.
I've spent the last few days digging on the story to just try to figure out what's happening here. From what I can gather, it appears the information got out from the Carr side of it. Because I can tell you, I had some conversations with people in New Orleans who were aware of it, but they weren't looking to put it on blast. I really believe that this is coming from Derek Carr because I think he's the one who isn't thrilled with the Saints at this point. This after we know that they redid his contract. And the way they did his deal, basically it's in favor of Derek Carr.
So Derek Carr leaked the news about the shoulder injury. Not the Saints. Saints kind of knew about it. They weren't putting it on blast. Derek Carr's camp lets it out there. Derek Carr's not thrilled with the New Orleans. Oh, really? You're not thrilled? After the Saints just restructured your deal to make sure you got a boatload of cash and took on more debt in next year to make sure you were the quarterback this year, but you're not thrilled. Huh? Okay. Well, why would you leak that then, Derek Carr? Diana Rossini took a stab at that.
I will say I did have a lot of text messages and conversations over the last few days about the Derek Carr situation. And it was very hard for me to find someone in football who said, oh, Derek's definitely dealing with a serious shoulder injury. It was, how long you been doing this? You know what this is about, right? Trade bait, right?
Yes.
End of the day, that's what this is about.
Am I an idiot? How did I miss that? I took this at face value. My BS radar is usually pretty good. There's Diana Rossini saying Derek Carr leaked this out there. It ain't about a shoulder injury. He wants to trade. And Chase Daniels agreed. He's like, no, of course this isn't about every NFL executive. How long you been doing? You know what this is, Diana. They all know. Derek Carr's faking a shoulder injury. This ain't about a shoulder injury. This freaking goof is faking a shoulder injury. Or maybe it's legitimate, but exacerbating it, leaking the story, put it out there so the Saints will trade him. This is absolutely, I am flabbergasted by this. An organization gave him a 9-figure contract when everyone else, including loudmouth idiots like me, are yelling to cut this bum and be rid of him forever, which, by the way, I said the day they signed him. Well, I can't wait for the day I get to go pull that clip when they finally cut bait with this loser, and I get to play that clip for you. The day they signed him. But now here he is wanting to trade. If you wanted to trade all along, why do the restructure? Why do the Saints then, if he wanted to be gone anyway, why do the Saints then restructure this deal and add at least $70 or $60 million of debt to next year's salary cap for this bum? Yeah, okay, it gives you a manageable cap hit this year, but you could have gotten through it either way. And you wouldn't have all the mountain of debt, $60 million against your cap next year in dead money. Oh, they went on. Here's Rossini and Chase Daniel going on about how this makes Derek Carr look in the whole thing.
I think this is out of character for him.
Oh, really?
I understand it. But I wonder if there is a little bit of, let's just call it an excuse made here with the shoulder, so Derek doesn't look bad asking for a trade because of the situation.
Yeah, I think it makes him look worse.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if you're going to say that, just say you want to trade. There's plenty of that. And I know he's trying to like tiptoe around it, but we view, honesty, it's so fitting to be honest nowadays because everyone asks for a trade. You're not the only person to ask for a trade. You're not a bad teammate.
And I think people understand it.
Now it's fishy.
They're dumping on this dude, saying it's out of character and this is fishy. Here's the thing. This isn't out of character for Derek Carr. The dude is the least self-aware person in a major position like this that I can remember covering. Like, his lack of self-awareness, his inability to read the room. Remember this after the blow-up with Chris Olave against the Jaguars?
I wasn't talking to Chris. Like the past 2 weeks, I've just been talking in general.
Oh, in general, okay.
Because there was some things, and I'm not going to tell you, but there were some things that happened today that led to some pretty big negative plays that should never happen. And I think that's where my frustration was coming from.
Oh, yeah. I'm just laying all the blame at his feet for all the negative plays that happened. Remember this with Kay Adams when he talked about the video game rating?
Did you know who leads the NFL in game-winning drives since 2016?
I'm not going to say myself. Matthew Stafford.
Derek Carr. Derek Carr does. You know how many you have?
I don't know.
Since 2016. I want to guess. Give me a guess.
That was my third year. Oh, no. 20?
30.
30?
You have 30 unbelievable game-winning drives.
But Madden has me as not clutch. I don't understand.
This freaking loser is quoting a video game rating. You made $150 million in your career and you're worried what a stupid video game rating is on you? Of course this isn't out of character for Derek Carr. This is who Derek Carr is. Remember this, the thing with Eric McCoy when they got into it?
Me and Eric have no issue. In the moment, something happened. The reason doesn't matter. Everyone wants to know the reason. Everybody wants to know the why and what. It doesn't matter. We were both right. We were both wrong. At the same time, we both were like, my bad. He was like, my bad. I was like, my bad. And that was it.
Oh, my God. The thing is, this is not surprising. And this is why I'm going to go back to the day they signed him. I told you this the day they signed him. It's why the Raiders passed on him. It's why the Raiders, the organization that drafted him, that made him their franchise, had a 9-year sample size, looked at him and said, we can't win with you. See ya. And they have gone to the Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew wasteland, whatever else they're going to try at quarterback, because that was better than committing to Derek Carr. They knew that was a dead-end street. They said, you know what? That's a dead-end street. We're going to turn around, and we don't have a map, and we're in a foreign city, and I don't really know where we're going to end up, but what I do know is if we go down this road, we're running into a brick wall with that guy at quarterback. And the Saints said, awesome, let's give him $100 million. Stunned, I tell you. Stunned that here we are today with this jackleg trying to leverage a trade out of this situation after the Saints already restructured his contract. You know what? If you're Aaron Rodgers and you're a head case, you can get away with it because you're an MVP. If you're Derek Carr, you don't have the luxury of being that guy. You don't have the luxury of pretending you're better, acting like you're better than you are because you're going to get called to the carpet every time. The other thing Diana Rossini said in no uncertain terms, that the Saints are going to draft a quarterback next week in the draft.
I know that the New Orleans Saints are on a mission to get a quarterback. That's the facts. Where in this draft, I'm unsure of. I just know they are looking to get a quarterback in this draft. And maybe this is Derek Carr looking at the situation going, I don't want the Kirk Cousins treatment. I don't want to be your quarterback. You guys draft a young guy coming in here, and it's basically, when is he going to play?
Cool. How about we have that conversation before you restructure your deal? How about we have that conversation like professionals behind closed doors and not leaking a stupid story last Friday, sending the NFL world into a tizzy and putting the Saints between a rock and a hard place now. Yeah, the organization that's committed $100 million to you. What a freaking jackleg, man. I mean, good riddance. I don't even want Derek Carr on the sidelines in 2025. I hope the shoulder is injured and he can't play. I hope we never see him in a Saints uniform again. And I hope that they don't even invite him to stand on the sidelines. I hope he's like Deshaun Watson. He's just not with the organization anymore. He's just gone. No one ever sees him again. That's what I hope. Cut your losses with Derek Carr. Understand you have reached the point of diminishing returns and be done with him forever. Just whatever that looks like. Maybe it's a post-June 1 trade if you can find some organization dumb enough to take him. Cleveland on line 2. Or maybe it's a post-June 1 cut. I don't know what it's going to look like. But get rid of him. Never want to see him in a Saints uniform. Don't want him on the sideline in the Superdome. He will go down as the worst free agent signing in the inglorious history of this organization. Move over Jarris Byrd. Move over Jason David. Move over Brandon Browner. Move over Wally Williams. The OGs know. Derek Carr owns the top spot. The emperor of empty yards himself now owns the top spot as the worst free agent signing in NFL history, in the Saints history. There it is. Salute, Jack Leg. The hell out of my city. Derek Carr out here faking a freaking injury to try to leverage the Saints into a trade. What is this, third grade? Where you're on the playground, like lying to the teacher about Susie stole your milk at recess? I don't know why Susie had milk at recess. She should have had that at lunch. Shouldn't have even been at recess with milk, Susie. That's what you get. You get whatever's coming to you, Susie. That's what Derek Carr would be saying in third grade. Man. That's if we believe Diana Rossini's credible. But maybe Diana Rossini's just making all this up, right? Yeah, I'm sure. Derek Carr, the gift that keeps on giving. God bless America. Oh, by the way, the Pelicans fired their GM, but Gumsmack and Mickey, who gave this loser a $150 million contract, who's missed the playoffs 4 straight years, has the Saints in the worst cap situation in the NFL, has blown a half decade of drafts effectively. That guy who keeps missing on draft picks and free agents, let Trey Hendrickson get out of the building, who then led the NFL in sacks, let Zach Bond out of the building, who then became an NFL Defensive Player of the Year finalist. Caden Ellis out the building, starting linebacker. No worries. Good. Marcus Williams, you got no safeties. Marcus Williams out the building. I mean, now bring it back. Run it back, Mick. Run it back, Mick. It's going to be great. I'm sure you're going to figure it out. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.